all right, and we'll talk about them more in depth. All right, this first one right here is a vice tackle. We talked about it earlier. All right, you're either leveraging it with the sideline or you're leveraging it with a teammate. Right, so a vice tackle, all right, for us would be leveraging it with the teammate. So 2-on-1 tackle, all right, where a defender's on each side of the ball carrier. All right, in a perfect world, we'd have near foot up with both of these guys, near foot up with both of these guys. All right, eyes on the leverage side hip, all right, to your respective side. All right, we want to keep their leverage as we close ground. Some people call it a buddy tackle. That's what this is. Okay, all right, so here's a drill that we like to do. We call it Baylor vice drill. All right, I think this is really good. You know, you got to have a coach right here in this situation. The setup of this drill is 3 cones, all right, up top, and then 3 cones towards us, all right, right here in this situation. And so this ball carrier, 14, can pick any cone that he wants over here, and these 2 DBs, right, are being told by the coach, okay, exactly what cones to pick. That way we can change up the angles, all right, of the ball carrier, all right, but we're using, all right, our buddy in this situation. Now, what I would suggest is if one coach is kind of pointing this out, another coach is on the other side seeing their eyes. Are their eyes really on the leverage side hip in this situation, right? Do they have low eyes? Do they got low pads? All right, so as they come around, all right, we want this tackle made on the 30 or this direction towards us right now sitting in our seats, okay? We don't want it, all right, down here at the 29 or 28, okay? All right, so aggressively taking the air out, get to a near foot shimmy, owning my leverage. You can see in this situation, he feels like he's wrapped up, all right, so 8 speeds his feet back up and treats it almost like a run-through situation. All right, another example right here, all right, you see how the angle changes. 14 picks this cone. All right, these 2 guys are wide. I got to go own my leverage, all right, over here on this side and get right shoulder leverage on the man, which basically means put my right shoulder on the ball carrier. Over here, that'd be a left shoulder leverage player, near foot up, all right, violent tackle. And we've really gotten a lot more aggressive coaching is really the second guy in right there trying to strip or take the ball out, okay, which is another important part of that drill. All right, now here's a little game application right here, okay, so you'll see it in this particular picture, all right. We're kind of in a quarter scheme right here, ball spit out, all right, slot defender gets cracked, all right, here comes the safety down, but the corner gets off a block, right, there's your vice tackle, okay, so good picture of it right there. 20's got to keep it on his left shoulder. If it tries to cut back across his face, all right, that should be smashed, all right. Next one right here, you'll see it up top in this particular picture. All right, nice job by the slot defender beating the block. All right, corner pulling the trigger. We're kind of in cover 2 up top. All right, and you'll notice both guys getting there, aggressively taking the air out. Right? Okay, so good one right there. All right, vice tackle, right? This next one, very similar, leverage tackle, a lot of the same coaching points. All right, but the difference here would be a lot of times you're going to see the defender closing in on the tackle from depth. Right, and this is going to be a lot of the sideline tackle situations, okay? So maybe there's not a teammate over there, right, but it's the sideline that I'm using now, but still a leverage situation. All right, some profile tackles will come up, all right, in this situation, track tackles, all right, so you're going to get maybe, you know, linebackers will get a decent amount of this, but really this is going to be a big one for the safeties, in my opinion, all right, that you'll see show up. All right, so here's sideline tackle right here. You know, we want the ball carrier right here to make this hard on the defender, and you got to coach him up, in my opinion, on this drill as much as anybody. This isn't a just run straight to the sideline and then cut up on the ticks. This is, hey, front the dude up, try to create a two-way go for yourself, make it hard on the defender, right, and make him really have to own his leverage. All right, and I would say right here in this situation, we probably got to a short stride maybe a little early, but you see the cut back here, right, and you see what it should look like with 2 uppercuts. Here's another one right here where he kind of stutters, he tries to run away from them, right, leverage tackle, sideline tackle, right? We all know that drill, all seen that drill, okay? Front them up, all right, 2 hand below. We want the eyes down low. It's a good focal point right there. You can see it from this steel frame, all right, where the eyes are where they're supposed to be, right, and he's tagging off, right, on the back of the hamstring with 2 hands, okay? So good example of it right there, all right? Good one right here. A little simulated pressure, 7's dropping out of here, all right, kind of as a spy, all right, quarterback starts to scramble, works to the sideline, all right, long stride, sprint, right? It's a profile situation, so never stopping his feet, right? Would like to see him make that tackle a little bit lower, but nonetheless, I want him to make the tackle, okay? So he did that there. All right, next one right here, again, more of a cover 2 situation, all right, should be splitting the zone, ball's checked down, using the sideline. All right, chest up tackle, okay? So these are going to be frontal situations, okay? All right, in the box tackle made when the defender squares up the ball carrier. All right, y'all can see the writing right there. All right, one of the ways that we love to work it's on a one-man sled, okay, maybe with some weights on there for some of the bigger position groups. That way they can work on the knee drive aspect of it, all right, pounding their knees high and wide. All right, but for us in this situation, we're approaching it, okay, all right, with some form of leverage. As you notice right here, he's slightly to the right side, all right, of this one-man sled. He's going to long stride to a short stride. All right, good pad level, 2 violent uppercuts, knees high and wide, driving his feet, grabbing cloth. All right, this is a good one right here where we're working a block destruction with it. All right, snatching, wiping off, 2 violent uppercuts, driving our knees high and wide, right, playing with fundamentals. All right, this is a good example right here of kind of a chest-up tackle, all right, by 4, all right, coming in, throwing 2 violent uppercuts, knees high and wide. All right, now, on these chest-up tackles, all right, one of the things that we struggle sometimes on defense, maybe it's the backers, maybe it's the secondary, all right, but it's, driving our feet, not letting our feet die on contact. So this is something that I found where we get like this butter stick pad right here, all right, put it on a landing mat, right? We're going to get this guy basically all the way almost to the point of contact, right? We're going to have him drive, throw 2 violent uppercuts, throw his hips in there, and then we want him to basically drive his feet high and wide, lift his knees, right, activate his feet, okay? So anytime that I feel like that we're struggling in thud situations and live situations, all right, with our feet dying on contact, all right, we'll kind of work this drill, all right, periodically as it goes, okay? All right, so this is a good one right here. You'll see 20 right here in a chest-up situation, all right? A little split zone down extra right here, all right, coming right at the YY wing. Ends up being put in a phone booth, ends up being the chest right there. All right, 1 to 2 arm. This shows up quite a bit in the box with the D lineman. All right, this shows up as well with the backers taking on guards, all right, O-lineman getting to the second level. This also shows up, especially if you're single high defense, okay, and you're playing outside leverage in the slot, this will show up a decent amount if you're getting perimeter screens and balls spit out to the perimeter, all right. So 1 to 2 arm tackles when a defender disengages from a blocker but's maybe only able to throw 1 arm in there. This is also kind of a safety precaution drill where we want to teach them, all right, the right fundamentals or the right technique, I guess you could say, here in this situation. All right, so I'm tied up, ball carrier's running 100 miles an hour through this gap, right? I don't want to just stick my arm out here, okay, really wide and just throw it out there. I might get my labrum tore off, okay? So what I really want to do is I want to drop that fist, right? I want to get that arm in that slot, and I want to throw a violent uppercut there with 1 arm, all right? And then by that point in time, all right, hopefully I've worked my hips around it, I've disengaged the second arm, and I can bring that with me. 28 does a pretty good job of it right there as well. And you see the knees high and wide on the finish. Shout out to Coach Collins, all right, working the shit out of this drill over here, all right? Now, you'll see it show up in this picture right here, over here at the end position. Boom, gets off. Little 1, little 2. Let's go. Love it. All right. One more time. One more example of it right here. Nose guard right here. Nice job. Primary, secondary, 1 to 2. Okay.